All right, what's up, y'all? This is welcome back. This is the Duval County Rams fan coming to you with another instant reaction to our Week 4 matchup with the defending Super Bowl champions, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And as you may see from this title here, the final score, LA treats the Super Bowl champs like yesterday's news. Look at that. How very, very LA. So, by looking at this, you can tell the game went rather well for Rams and Rams fans everywhere across this great country and across the world. Really, I know there's some Rams fans outside of the U.S., but hey, I know that was a fun one to watch, wasn't it? That was a fun one to watch. I was pretty worried at the beginning of the game. The first quarter, I got to tell you, I was pretty hot. I thought the play calling was terrible. I thought they looked terrible in like that first quarter area. But after that, after a few botched drives, it was smooth sailing. So let's go ahead and get into this. In what could be a preview of the NFC Championship game this year, the LA Rams. Yes, so we won the game by a score of 34-24. Look at that. 34-24. Okay, so I'm not going to go ahead and play these because I ran into some issues the last time I played some highlights. So I'm just not going to do that anymore. But just know that pretty much the first quarter looked pretty bad. But Stafford had a good look at Deshaun Jackson deep and underthrew him. He pretty much had Deshaun Jackson wide open, but he got pressured by one of the D linemen and got smacked. So pretty much okay. So my standouts. Matthew Stafford. I thought Matthew Stafford played incredible. Another big game. I think he had like 4 touchdown passes and over 300 yards. It was pretty crazy. It was pretty crazy. Deshaun Jackson had a kind of a coming out party. I wish I could show these. He also played pretty well. I was not. It was in the first quarter, I felt like we were being a little too cute. He was doing a bunch of cute little pass plays, like screen pass plays, and wasn't running the ball enough. And the few times we did run, we ran actually pretty well. So that was frustrating me. I was getting real hot because I that was my worry that Sean was just going to abandon the run game before the game even started. And it looked like he was going to. But luckily, as the game progressed, as we'll get here in the second quarter, that changed. Tyler Higbee on a beautiful design tight end screen that left a clear path to the end zone. Stafford on the second quarter drive went 8 for 8 on this drive after a slow start in the first quarter. So Tyler Higbee gets a game-opening touchdown. Woo! Look at that. Woo! We're not going to play it, though, unfortunately. And it looked pretty good. Tampa Bay would respond, though, and move down the field methodically. Tom Brady found Gronk open for 26 yards and put the Bucs in the red zone. So the Bucs pretty much answered right after that and scored, punched it in. After a horrid start to the game, and it was horrid. I can't stress that enough. I was hot. I was not happy at all. I really was. I was screaming, "Run the goddamn football, Sean! What's the matter with you, Sean?" Because it seemed like we would run it. Here's the thing, because we would run it once out of every 4 passes and pick up positive yardage. So I'm in the first quarter. I'm just talking about the first quarter here. So I'm thinking, Sean, why aren't you running the goddamn football? So I even guys, in my notes of the game, I have run the effing football, Sean. like 4 or 5 times in the top area of my notes, like when the first quarter was going on. But it's crazy because that first drive where we scored a touchdown, we ran and we were being physical, and we were moving, and there was finally a flag. I remember there was a couple flags that the refs didn't throw in the first quarter that they should have, like the one bomb to, I think it was Cup. The DB didn't even turn around. He just kept his back to the quarterback. And if I'm not mistaken, that should be a penalty because you've got to at least look back, or it's called pass interference, right? I could be wrong, but I feel like I'm not, and I feel like that is the rule, but they didn't throw it. And I don't know who the hell if you guys can remember, on the first drive, Stafford releases the ball, and there's a good 2 to 3 second pause after the ball's been released, and he's just standing there before one of the Bucs D linemen checks him and knocks him to the ground. I was furious. I'm wondering if there's a clip of that somewhere, because the flag didn't get thrown. I was absolutely furious when that happened. I was like, y'all not going to cut this? Y'all not going to call this? Excuse me? I know y'all like to shine the shoes for Tom Brady in any team that he's on, just catering to their every whim. But damn, I mean, the guy literally hit Stafford a good 2-3 seconds after he released the ball. It was some bullshit, man. It was right in the beginning of the game too. I think it might have been on that deep pass play I was talking about that did not connect. But anyway, moving on. Cooper Kupp scores with 51 seconds left on the field. Brady, went ahead and had a chance to put 3 more on the scoreboard before the half. Aaron Donald was not able to sack Brady for the first time in his. Oh, he still was not able to sack him, but he will have to settle with a forced fumble that ended up in the arms of Bernard. So that forced fumble would be credited as a sack. That's right, because this was the play where was this the crazy play where the guy, he sacks him, but the ball pops out, but Bernard grabs it and then runs actually for 15 yards? Because that was crazy. But they called it back because if it's a fumble, only the person who fumbled it can pick up the ball, and that would have been Brady. So they called it back, so I was happy about that. Officials finally were starting to call the game correctly after what I felt was not too great of a play call, not too great of a job in the first quarter, but they called a pretty decent game after that. That placed the ball back in the original spot of possession. None of it would matter for Tampa Bay, though, as the field goal attempt went wide right. So first half, they went 14-7. Okay. Yes. And then this big bomb, Stafford found Deshaun Jackson for a 75-yard touchdown, much like he has his whole career. The wide receiver walks into the end zone for the touchdown after missing. Missing him twice prior in the game. Stafford finally hit him in the second half. And this was a crazy play. I wish I could show y'all, but y'all saw it. I know y'all saw it. I know y'all saw Deshaun Jackson. It looked like he was trying to screw with the defenders a little bit. He was kind of leaning a little left and right, trying to mock the Tampa Bay defenders. It looked like they were going to catch up to him for a second. I'm like, Deshaun, be careful. Be careful now. Don't be showboating too much. Don't let them catch you. But luckily, he went in, scored. Brady did not let the game get ahead of him on a drive that Gronkowski. Okay. So all right. So after they score, we go up 21-7. Okay. So another standout of the game, Tyrell Lewis. Didn't hear his name called a damn bit throughout the game, except for this one play where the man completely takes out Gronkowski, bro. Yo, man, that was so crazy, dude. I wish I could show y'all that, man. Pretty much, Brady gets flushed out, throws it to Gronkowski. Gronkowski jumps up, catches the ball, and then Tyrell Lewis, all right, of whom I have been critical of because not necessarily, and it's not his fault. You know, he's just injury prone. He's got problems with his knee. That's not really his fault. It's just it is what it is. We just need to see some production out of you if we are going to keep you on the team. And I was of the mindset maybe we don't keep him on the team because he's just never available. Okay? It may sound like I'm being disrespectful, but I mean, I'm not trying to. It's just the facts of the matter. But he played today and just completely annihilated Gronkowski, bro. Just a clean physical tackle to the ribs where I would have bet money that Gronkowski broke some ribs. It did not. Apparently he didn't because he actually would come back to the game later in the fourth quarter. But dude, he was like on the ground. They had he had to get under the tent, walk into the back. It was nuts, dude. He completely destroyed him. So that one play alone gives Tyrell Lewis standout award. You got Matthew Stafford, Deshaun Jackson, Tyrell Lewis as standouts so far. Let's see. And then it happened again. Stafford found Jackson on the right side of the field. The receiver turned into a 40-yard gain. That was pretty sweet too. Once again, showcasing his ageless speed. The very next play, Stafford found Cup for a 10-yard touchdown reception. Good for his second touchdown of the game and his fifth of the season. Pretty sweet play as well. Oh yeah, so this is the play. Okay. Oh yeah, and Kenny Young completely annihilates Brady too. This was so, god dang man, I wish I could show y'all this, but it was a pretty sweet play too, where the play before this, I don't think it counted as a sack, but Brady kind of ducked and Leonard Floyd kind of tugged at him a little bit because Brady had gained a few yards and he took him down. And Brady was like, it looked like, from what I saw, it was only for a little bit. It was a quick little shot where Brady's getting up and he's looking like, you know, he's throwing a little hissy fit, like a little child, like a little hissy fit. For whatever reason, I don't know, or maybe because he thought Floyd shouldn't have grabbed him as hard. He was hitting him too hard or yanking him too hard. I don't know. He gets up, and it looked like Leonard Floyd was just staring daggers at him, like staring daggers at him, and Brady kind of just looks away and just walks back to the huddle. Like, it was oh my god. If anybody else saw that, let me know. But that was that moment. I could it almost looked like Leonard Floyd was kind of giving him the eyes, like, "Don't step to me, don't step to me right now." And Brady just kind of turned and walked back to the huddle. It was pretty funny, man. It was quick. It was the play literally right before Kenny Young here annihilates Brady. Pretty much pushes off the running back, Bernard, who's just got overpowered completely by Kenny Young. Kenny Young literally just pushed him aside. He just like pushed him out of the way, and then he went and he smacked Brady. So that was pretty awesome. They got 3 points out of that. Goal line stance, the next drive by LA kept the Bucs only to a field goal. Yep, they showcased some red zone defense. I was very, very happy to see that because I had heard so much. People were just praising. I mean, they were just praising the Tampa Bay offense, talking about how Brady's never looked better, how Brady's never thrown for more touchdowns or yards, he looks better than he did whenever the hell his undefeated season was with, like, the Patriots. And, oh, man, they were just shining the shoes, you know, of Brady, talking about how great he is. how great the Tampa Bay offense scoring 39 points a game in the first 2 weeks, and they came in and how good the red zone offense was. I think they're like ranked number 1 for red zone offense. And here at this point in the game, it was a crucial point, and we held them. They were moving the ball down the field. It was pretty. They moved it pretty well, but then they got to the red zone, and we stopped them. It was pretty cool. I was proud of our defense on that drive. Let's see. Moving on. So it's 31-17. Okay. Okay, yeah, so LA. Okay, I thought maybe this was the. Okay, no, I guess that wasn't it. For some reason, I felt like we had a 3-and-out drive in the second half. I guess we didn't. Because our offense. Bro, guys, they could not stop us. This vaunted defense that I kept hearing about for the Tampa Bay Bucs could not stop us. Like, after the atrocious first quarter of this game, like, we were just going bang, touchdown, bang, touchdown, bang, touchdown. And then, like, a field goal and a field goal after that. But I thought there was, like, one drive where we went 3-and-out. I guess it didn't happen. Which is good. Let's see. On a 4th and 2, the defending champs were stopped by the Rams defense. Yup, they went for it on 4th down. And our defense came up big again, stopping a team from converting on 4th down. And they went for an onside kick, didn't get it. That was actually special teams needs to work a little bit because that did not look crisp at all. It was the ball was fumbling around. Bucs actually almost got it back on that onside kick. So, but thanks to Cooper Kupp for coming in clutch and securing our 34-24 win. So, very, very pleased with the win. This was a big test for us. I thought we responded well. I thought Matthew himself responded well. There was a Troy Aikman, I think, said something very interesting where I guess they were talking to Matthew, and Matthew was saying how growing up, you're always thinking, you want to get to the NFL and you want to play in these big moment games, like real high stakes games, like playoff games or big games, kind of like today. And he says you want to do it, but then sometimes you get there and you never get to play in those games. And he was saying how he never got to play in those games. And I was just like, oh, dang, man. And so obviously this was almost like a first time for him, kind of, where he played in a big game against the Super Bowl champions, and he performed pretty well. So I was very, very proud of Matthew, proud of the team, proud of Sean. Was not perfect. There was a lot. There was a few things I had a problem with. I'll get into that a little later, but I'll save this video for just the instant reactions. And so like I was saying, I was proud of Sean, Matthew Stafford. I was proud of how we did a little bit of the run game. I thought we ran the ball a little bit better. Still not as much as I would liked, but it was more than I thought he was going to, and I was pleased about that. So I was very happy about that. It was very important for Sean. Like I always say, don't let them take chess pieces off your board before the game even starts. So the fact that he didn't do that and he continued to run the ball is good. So I was happy to see that. And this vaunted run defense, when they were going, oh, they ain't going to run on us. They ain't going to run on us. I felt like we ran pretty well on y'all, to be honest. And I also felt like our O-line was just as physical, if not more physical. We stonewalled your asses. And you only got like 1 sack at the end of the game when like the play broke down. So all that talk, I kept hearing about how vaunted that defense was, and our offense handled them. So Very good win all around. I'm going to cut it off here. I'll probably follow up on this for a few more videos throughout the week. And yeah, enjoy this one, Rams Nation. This is good. 3-0. We 3-0, baby. So it was a big test, and we delivered. They delivered. Matthew delivered. Everyone delivered. It was great. So I'll see you guys on the next one. And as always, go Rams.